We're here to update a story this morning in reference to an investigation we've been having over the last week at 1221 Goday Drive in Marrero. This started off as a missing person report of an Eddie Tillman who's missing since August 16th of 2023. Eddie Tillman went missing back then. We really didn't have any information to lead us to suspects, although we investigated as a missing person. Just really didn't have any follow-up leads on that investigation itself. Comes back to recently at the end of last year, end of 2025, receiving a Crime Stoppers tip that gave us some additional information into that disappearance of Mr. Eddie Tillman. Our detectives then started following up on there where we suspected possible foul play. We ended up meeting with additional information with additional people that we were able to obtain, which led us to the possibility of Mr. Tillman that he would be found deceased, buried in the backyard of 1221 Goday. We ended up having the cadaver dogs come out to that location. We obtained search warrants for that location, which is now an abandoned house at that location. Cadaver dogs alerted in the backyard of that particular location. So then we partnered up with LSU's FACES team, which stands for Forensic Anthropology and Computer Enhancement Services. LSU's forensic team came in last week and did some excavation in the backyard where we did locate some human remains. Those human remains still have to be forensically linked to Mr. Tillman, but we certainly suspect that they are Mr. Tillman at this point in time. We'll utilize DNA and dental records and let the coroner's office make that, identification specifically, but certainly we believe it is that that's going to be Mr. Tillman. We were able to secure an arrest warrant for Dustin Billiard. He's a white male, 6'9" of 93. He was arrested on Friday. He used to live at that location during that period of time, but certainly the house is now abandoned. So look, the investigation is still ongoing from our standpoint. Our homicide now has it. They had it the last few weeks since the Crime Stoppers ticks came in, and we certainly are looking for anybody else that may have information going back to 23 when Mr. Tillman went missing. If any information that's there, our homicide detectives would love to be able to have it. With that, y'all, I'll take any questions on that, and then I know you have something else, Paul, afterwards. Yep.
When did the tip come in?
Tip came in November of 25. But we were able to, follow up on that tip and make several interviews in the last couple months to get us to that location itself. I don't know exactly what was in the tip, but it was a tip, obviously, on that information, and we were able to start following it up with additional eyewitnesses.
Can you say what the relationship was between Tillman and Dustin?
I don't know don't know the answer to that, Paul.
Yeah. You talked to a neighbor who said that house was vacant since 2024.
Yeah, that was probably, he went missing in August of 2023. I don't know exactly when it went vacant, but certainly the neighbor would know. I'm told that it was a problem house by all means, and so I would believe the neighbor. They know exactly when it went vacant. So.
He also said that they were smoothing over concrete in the backyard. Is that true?
For our investigation or back then?
No, back then.
Don't know the answer to that question.
So the body wasn't underneath concrete?
I don't think it was, but we're still investigating that. I think, in fact, I think they may even go back out, to do additional investigation on it. I'm going to leave that to LSU's FACES team, but I don't think it was, I wasn't there on the day of it, but I don't think they dug up any concrete at that point in time.
So his remains, or the suspected remains, have been removed from the backyard already? Or?
Yes, yeah. But I think they're still gonna follow up on the investigation itself, Michelle.
Was anything found in the residence?
What's that?
It had been renovated, so do we know if anything was found in the residence? Is anything that we ought to believe?
I don't have anything on my notes that showed that.
Any indication the body was dismembered in any way?
I'm not going to comment necessarily on that. That's a coroner's office, part of the autopsy, and certainly you're going to have decomposition involved with it. So I'll let them do that when it's appropriate, but when you have decomposition and all the rest of it, I'll let them figure that out.
Was Billiot on the sheriff's department radar?
I don't think so, although I'm not going to say they were on the radar in 2023. I think maybe on the radar since the tip came in, and then we started following up that way.
Did the tip mention foul play, or what makes it different from like somebody?
I don't have the tip in front of me, but certainly the tip led us to an individual that had information. So then several interviews were happened after that where we were able to follow up and get some things clarified for us.
Led you to suspect
Correct.
foul play?
I got a couple of questions from the station.
Sure.
First of all, whose house was it? Was it the same person witnessed saying he beat him up? And
From what I understand, Bill Yacht at least lived there at one point in time, but I think it was more of an abandoned house that a whole bunch of drug addicts used periodically. So I don't think it's a traditional, this person lived there, but Bill Yacht was staying there at one point in time, correct?
Okay, and the other one is it true that when the crime was reported in 2023, the witnesses saw the victim get beat up in the car, thrown into the back of the car?
I think we have several reports that gave a whole bunch of different conflicting statements back in 2023, but nothing that we had information on of, okay, who was it at that moment in time, right? But I do believe that's part of the reports, but the follow-up, from what I understand, my missing persons did some pretty extensive follow-up looking into it, but didn't lead them to them during that initial investigation.
And how was the crime categorized in 2023?
Probably just as a missing person at that point in time. Yeah.
Who is Tillman? Do we know, what, was he employed, was he?
I don't know the answer to that, Paul. Yeah. All right, I know you wanted to
Yeah,
change gears on us?
Yeah, last Tuesday, there was a deadly shooting in Grand Isle. And at the time, there were a number of young people taken in for questioning. We didn't get the latest in terms of, is there been an arrest in the case?
Yes. So from what we gather, we had 3 individuals meeting up with a suspected drug dealer. The 3 individuals that were meeting up with the drug dealer looked like there was no drug deal to be had. It looked like the drug dealer were looking to rip them off and actually commit an armed robbery. So the information we've been able to gather in that is the individual that died attempted to commit an armed robbery on the 3 individuals that were in the vehicle. 3 individuals in the vehicle had their own firearm and ended up firing at the suspect that was committing the armed robbery. So we believe that the shooting itself was justified in that particular case. We have one other individual that was with the suspected armed robber who is now the decedent. That person was arrested for conspiracy to commit armed robbery, attempted armed robbery, and a manslaughter, considering the death occurred during the commission of the violent crime. He is a Wallace Leday Jr. He's a white male of Grand Isle from 10/29 of 2007. So we were contacted after the shooting itself. Grand Isle and Chief Hernandez, contacted us to be able to come down and handle the investigation. Certainly Grand Isle doesn't have many homicides on his island, and you need, specific homicide detectives to be able to investigate specific homicides. So it's normal for us to be able to handle theirs when they have it. So we went down in our homicide division, conducted the interviews. So it was going to be drug dealer / armed robber who is arrested for the death of his friend who is committing on the armed robbery on the people that were going to buy narcotics.
So who is Mixon?
Who's that?
Mixon.
Mixon, I think, was one of the individuals that was in the car going to buy the narcotics. I don't have that name in front of me, but I recognize it. I think that was the...
Mixon was the victim, right?
Yes.
Mixon was the victim? Okay, I'm sorry then. Mixon was the victim. He was going to be the armed robber. So he was committing the armed robbery and got shot by the people that he was pulling the gun on. So he's decedent, but he's a victim of the crime, but the information is he was trying to pull an armed robbery on his drug buyers.
Will any of the people in the vehicle face any charges if they have the gun legally?
No, I don't think, I think we did we charge them with the attempted possession of the narcotics?
I think they're still working.
Yeah, I think they're working that, Michelle, but they're not going to be charged with the homicide-related charges now, whether or not we charge. They actually called the police also as soon as they drove off. They went a couple blocks away and then called the police from there. So
There were 3 people taken in for questioning?
3 were in the vehicle, and then you had 2 outside the vehicle. Yeah, it was total of 5 individuals, part of it, three in the vehicle, and then the 2 outside. 2 outside were gonna be Mixon and Wallace Leday. Obviously, Mixon's deceased and Leday is in custody.
And will you confirm that Wallace Leday Jr. is the stepson of a
Yeah.
police officer from Grand Isle?
Correct, that's correct.
Wait, who was the stepson?
Wallace Leday, the individual that's arrested right now, his stepfather is a Grand Isle police officer, but that's not the reason for the recusal. I mean, we would have normally handled any homicide investigation in Grand Isle, just because of the nature of it being a homicide.
And just because you went over it really fast, who ordered the drugs?
I think the individuals in the vehicle were ordering the drugs.
And they went to the trailer park to buy the drugs?
Correct,
And there were 3 people in the vehicle?
that's correct.
And they went to buy the drugs. Were they the first to pull the guns?
No, the other individual, Mr. Mixon pulled a gun on them, and they end up firing in what they are claiming self-defense, but it's matching up with the information that we have.
And what is Leday charged with again?
Leday is charged with conspiracy to commit robbery, attempted armed robbery, and manslaughter.
I'm just trying to get a straight story. So Leday pulls a gun after a gun had been pulled on him, right?
No,
No? Okay,
Leday did not have a gun. Leday is not the shooter.
okay.
One of the 3 individuals in the vehicle that were the victims of the armed robbery is the shooter. Leday was with his friend Mixon, but because the death occurred in the commission of the attempted armed robbery, that's why he's not charged with second-degree murder, he's charged with manslaughter. Yep. Got it? Thank you. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.